Hi class. So really quickly, I want to show you guys how to go over your final project information. Okay, so all right. So come to Blackboard, of course, go to lessons. We are on week 11, so module 11. All right, so you have your designer of fluids presentation, which the information is here. You're going to turn in here by Saturday, but your final capstone project details. This is going to be the information that I want you guys to complete. It's going to help you towards your final project. So you have your final project overview right here, which I want you guys to read completely through. And then your resources and templates, you're going to open. I have everything that you need right here to get started. Okay, so we'll go over these. Let me go back, open these up. It's going to download. Once it downloads, you guys can go ahead and open it. I'm going to share my screen again so it'll show you this document so we can walk through it. All right, so this is your final capstone project. We're in week 11, we're not week 12, but you guys are going to be turning this stuff in during week 12 to get started. So this is your project. All right, so High Museum of Art, which is here in Atlanta, you're basically going to be rebranding it, right? So I want you guys to research High Museum of Art, look at their facilities, look at their building. You can find everything online, their website. Okay, so for this project, you will be developing a rebranding campaign for the High Museum of Art, which features art exhibits, classes. They have tons of events. They have, I think, every second Sunday of the month is free, so you guys can go and see it. It's really, really cool. All right, so all your sketches need to be in black and white, so nothing on the computer. I want you guys to actually sketch it out on paper, okay? So black and white on paper. Scan it in, or take a picture of it, upload it, but black and white. All right, so when creating your ideas for the rebrand, keep in mind you want to have unity across the campaign in terms of your color, your composition, visualization, tone of voice, and typography, right? So look at their designs now, look at their brochures, look at their information online, and start to figure out what you want to do to enhance it, okay? And then keep in mind variety. So each of your ads should be different enough that you can get the viewer's attention, yet they are always unified and cohesive. So that way the viewer knows that all of these pieces belong to the High Museum as part of the rebrand. All right. So you want to make them distinctive enough where they live alone, but close enough and unified enough to where we all know they are part of the same branding campaign. Okay. All right, so when you're saving your final file, your creative brief should be made in either Microsoft Word, which is this, or PowerPoint, and saved as a PDF. All right, so make sure you save it as a PDF file. Okay, set up your pages, a table of contents, and then lay out your booklet with the following info listed below. So your sketches, of course, should be inserted as images. So when you scan your sketches in, scan them in as a JPEG or a PNG or a TIFF file so that they can be inserted as images. Make sure that you do your research. Make sure that you use proper grammar. So if anything, use Grammarly. And then your sketches are not just lines and boxes, right? I want you guys to get as detailed as possible. And you're going to name that file, of course, your last name, underscore HMA, which stands for High Museum of Art, underscore brief.pdf. All right. So this is going to be due on April 2nd, 5 p.m. That's a Thursday. All right. So what's due is your creative brief questions, which are in Blackboard under the templates, your visual brief collage board and color palette, which is in the template folder, your logo concepts, which are your sketches, so 10 different sketches, right? Posters, so we want 2 posters. You can make your posters in Canva, you can make your posters in InDesign, Illustrator, or Photoshop. Either 4 is fine. And then your mini 2-page fact sheet, right? So you want a front cover and a back cover, okay? And here's going to be the rest. So visual board, you're going to use the template that is in the folder under your High Museum Capstone project folder under module 11. So you're going to replace the solid gray blocks with the images that inspire you. So remember how we did our color palette assignment and we replaced those gray boxes? Same thing. All right, and there's a video in there called Placing Images if you need help on how to place them into this template. And then you're going to replace your colors with Pantone PMS colors that you want to use for your project. So research your colors first, right, that you already have them. When you're done, save that as a PDF, all right? Save it as a PDF because you're going to put that in your overall document, okay? Then your logo sketches. All right, so the instructions. Put all of your sketches on one page. So if anything, draw 10 squares or 10 boxes, right? And then you're going to do 10 different, so not the same, 10 different ideas for your logos. Number them and circle your top 3 ideas. So inside those 10 boxes, put 1 each. And then make sure they are as detailed as possible. Then number them 1 through 10 and circle your top 3 that you think you want to use for the overall final, right? Then your posters, right? So 8.5 by 11, this is a regular sheet of paper, regular sheet of computer paper, right? So you're going to put all your sketches on one page. So you're developing and submitting 3 different sketches for your poster. So keep in mind your poster is going to be 8.5 by 11. So be mindful of the amount of space you will have for the text and your images. And then for the sketch, you can just use the lines to show where the text will go. And as for your final text, you can pull what you need from the company's website. So think about their text, their placement, their headers. Think about where all that's going to go on your posters, right? And then we have your mini tips brochure sketch. These are 4 by 6, so that's the size. So you can do that, of course. You can do your little brochures in Canva. You can do them in InDesign, Photoshop, or Illustrator. Whichever one you're most strong at, do it there so that you are confident in what you're doing, okay? 2 sides. So you want to have 2 sides to your brochure, and you're going to put all your sketches on one page. All right. So you're going to be developing and submitting 3 different sketches for a 2-sided brochure. All right. So 3 different for 2-sided. So you got your front cover and your back cover. That's your 2 sides. So your front cover will have the main image and title, and the back will be with fun facts or tips or other info. Right. So I'm basically telling you what you need to have on there right there. Front cover, main image and title. Back cover, you can have fun little facts, tips, any important information you want to put on there, that will be on the back. Okay. And then keep in mind, it's going to be 4 by 6. So be mindful of the space that you will have for your text and where it's going to be laid out. And then as for your final text, you can put what you need from the company's website. For the sketch, you can just use the lines to show where the text will go and the boxes for your images. And then think about, of course, how you're laying out your text, your placement, your headers, and how everything is going to be uniform, right? So these are the 5 parts of what you guys will be turning in. All right, so I'm really, really, really excited to see. But what I want on the second will be all of this, okay? So have all of that. I'm going to put a link in a week or module 12 for you guys to turn this in. But remember, it needs to become as a complete PDF. So make sure when you're saving all of these, you're saving as a PDF. When you're scanning them, you're scanning them in as a picture file or even a PDF so that you can add to it. And I will make a video for you, for you guys to show you how to put separate files into one PDF. That way you guys can save it and then turn it in, okay? So I'm gonna stop sharing that. And I'm gonna go back to sharing our Blackboard screen. All right. So remember that the templates and resources are all here. So your creative brief questions, download that. Your visual collage board, download that. So download all of these first. You can watch this video. It's going to take you straight to the video. And then download all of these first. And then save them in a folder. So you keep them all in one spot. All right. You open all of these up, of course, read through them. And this is going to help you start your final project. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, kpolidor@atlantatech.edu. I'll be happy to help you. But yes, read through the instructions carefully. Do one thing at a time. So that way you're not, overwhelmed or freaking out. All right. So take your time. Do one thing at a time. And the reason why you're turning it in so early is because we're going to go over it and then we're going to fix and tweak anything that needs to be enhanced, right? So giving ourselves enough time to really come out with some really, really good designs so that you guys can add these to your portfolio at the end of the semester. So email me if you have any questions.